Now, I know when you guys see this title of the video, I know you guys are gonna be looking at me like, this nigga is crazy. But hear me out. Kill la Kill is actually fire. Now, I know at least one group agrees with me. That's probably the Gooners. Gooners who could come in, I guess. I mean, like, that whole anime is basically Gooner filled. Just down to every last episode, it is literally just so fucking horny. But point aside, I think Kill la Kill is good, mainly because but before that, I want to put this down into parts because it's Kill la Kill is fucking hilarious and so ridiculous. That's what makes this anime good for me, not the Gooner shit. But you Gooners, listen, you could come in. I personally don't care. But I'm gonna start off with episode 1. Episode 1, I gotta say, that introduction was something to say the least. Like, first the episode starts off with the weirdo teacher. We'll get to him later on, but just know he's a weirdo. And he's talking about the main man, the Jew killer, you know, that. Then instantly transitions to a student running away from student council, I think, members. And okay, first off, they beat the shit out. Well, one guy beat the shit out of the student, and I gotta say, like, what the fuck type of school is this? And then they stripped him because he stole a uniform that contains that contains powers. We'll say it like that. Powers. And those powers give you basically super strength and other abilities, so on and so forth. And let's just say it this whole premise was so fucking hilarious to me because it is so unique and dumb that me personally, I don't think anyone would like actually come up with this unless you're a top tier Gooner, which I think the author is, honestly. But since he's like a top tier Gooner, he made this such a top tier comedy that I fucking loved it. And that's what makes Kill la Kill go into the S tier for me. Not because it's Gooner filled basically throughout the whole show. It's just filled with it. But mainly because it is so unique and fun to watch. Like, this, how old is this? How old is Kill la Kill? It's gotta be like over a decade now. But aside from that, it, even till this day, Kill la Kill has been enjoyable. Like, the new gen slop that we're getting, I don't think is still not on the same level of what Kill la Kill produced for its time. And dear Lord, when you start to rewatch Kill la Kill, it is just amazing how fucking dumb and silly the premise of the show is. And then when you get near the end of the show, it's just even more fucking ridiculous. but that's what we're all here for. If you watched episode 1, I think you know what you're getting into. And the main character, Ryuko, listen, hear me out. She is a bad bitch. Now, when I say that, I'm not too much of a main character person, but Ryuko, listen, I'm not moving on to Ryuko because of her Gunner traits, but I'm going on to her character only because she is kind of likable to me. Like, her family dynamic is weird. We'll get into that in the later parts after this video, but her whole family is just fucking weird. It is so like, I just don't understand that the family dynamic is awful. But aside from that, her character is what I would say pretty good in my opinion. Like, I don't like characters like Deku or like characters like that mainly just I don't like, but characters like Ryuko I could somewhat enjoy like watching them. And for you Gooners, you again know there are gonna be Gooners watching this video. Yes, we all know that you like Ryuko too. I think we all know. But I think we have to get into the main reason why I think this anime is so fucking good. And that main reason is because this is gonna be a different opinion from you Gooners, but here we go. It's because of clothing. Spoiler, by the way, if you haven't already, but this anime has been over decades old. You guys probably should have watched it, but I'm trying to persuade you guys to watch it. But the whole premise is clothing is aliens. That literally the clothes that give them superpowers, basically, are aliens. That shit when they're going through all the dialogue and explaining how this clothing is not actually clothing, which we probably already knew from the first episode, like what type of fucking clothes give you fucking Superman powers. Like ridiculous. But I laughed so hard when I heard that the clothing are aliens, and I'm like, this is peak. Can we get much higher than this? Like, I don't think I've seen such a dumb, ridiculous premise. And I've seen a lot of Dan was one of them, how like the main character has to get his fucking dick and balls back, and that made me laugh for sure. But you gotta look back at Kill la Kill and then think like, what the fuck? And you just gotta see like Kill la Kill is peak. That shit is peak. And what makes it even better is that I think everyone can enjoy it, whether you're a gooner or not, and it's mainly because it's entertaining and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, I'm not gonna say here the animation was like crazy. I like the art style. The art style was, in my opinion, chef's kiss. But the animation, I would say is pretty average. I didn't see anything wrong with it, honestly. Some people might, I personally didn't. And it's just, it's an S tier anime, and I really do think people should watch it. And it like, you can't tell me you are intrigued by hearing like clothing is aliens that give you superpowers, and by the end you'll probably understand who's the main villain, which I think is pretty fun. One thing that I fucking hate when watching Kill la Kill though was the main character's sister. Each time she appeared on screen, she would glow like Jesus, and I'm like, oh my god. Just kill me here. Just kill me here. Each time she would appear, she would just glow on screen like she is literally Jesus. And I'm like, why? It's like each time Uncle Ruckus came on screen and you heard his theme song, and that shit would, everyone would understand what Uncle Ruckus is about to say. When you see Ryoko's sister come, I forgot her fucking name honestly, but because I honestly believe like she's one of the most unlikable characters in my opinion. But point aside, each time she came on screen, I think you knew what you're in for, like her whatever speech she's going to give, or if she's gonna show off her aura. In my opinion, she basically didn't have, but that's basically how they're trying to portray her. She has aura. By the end of the series, you don't really see that anymore because she actually develops, which I changed my opinion on her a little bit, but not too much. Overall, I think you guys should watch Kill la Kill. It is an old anime, but it still holds up till this day, and it's really good. Really good in a way. It's funny. Not saying like it's heart-provoking, like it gives you so many life stories. No, I mean it in a way like it is comedically, it's hilarious, and the premise is dumb, it's just retarded, but in my opinion, it is good. It is good in its own way, and that's what makes it S tier. It's part 1. Part 2, we'll go more in depth on the story if you guys want to know more about Kill la Kill. And I'll tell you, this story just keeps getting more gooner filled each episode, and it's perfect for you gooners. I just care about how fucking funny it is. But that's all I have to say. See you guys next time.
いともたやすく行われるえげつない行為。我が心と行動に一点の曇りなし。この私が最初のナプキンを手にしたぞ。